This video is sponsored by Hooks and Needles, but more on that later.
Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tanisha. It's lovely to meet you. Long time no see. Have you ever just wanted to make something that you've seen online without a pattern? You just look at it and you're like, I wish I could just make that. Well, that's exactly how I felt about a year ago. I was put in charge of making my father-in-law's 60th birthday slideshow video thing. So I was in charge of going through all of my husband's family's photos, and I came across these photos of my father-in-law, and he was wearing this absolutely gorgeous colorwork sweater, particularly this one right here of my father-in-law and my husband. Yes, that is my husband. He's probably like a 1-year-old in this photo, and it's so funny because he looks exactly the same. I just knew as soon as I saw that, I'm gonna make that one day. I am gonna make that one day. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I'm going to make it. It's gonna be a challenge, and I don't have a pattern, and I do not have the original, but I'm gonna make it happen. And so in this video, that is what I'm gonna do. Although I have done color work before, I actually did color work for one of my very first knit projects, the Magical Mystery Tour sweater vest, the Paul McCartney one. But even then, I still had a color work chart. So this is the first time that I'm going to be trying to make something up just from literally just from looking at the pictures. So step one was to come up with a color work chart, right? And so basically what I did was I knew that I wanted to use the same needle sizes and the same yarn, merino 8-ply, because I was very used to it for the Paul McCartney vest, and I didn't really feel like doing a whole bunch of swatches, and so I pretty much just based the sizing from that vest itself. Originally that vest was also meant to be for my husband. Oh, by the way, I don't even know if I told you, I'm making this for my husband, and I'm making it for his 29th birthday. I'm starting it in February, and so we'll see if we have enough time to get it done by May. Once I decided how big I wanted, I went ahead and started making the color work chart, and this was very difficult. I actually used my iPad, and I used those photos. I think I overlaid maybe 2 variations of the photo. I lowered the opacity, and then basically I had this color work chart from the Paul McCartney one, and so what I did was I pretty much ignored the colors that were on there, but I just wanted to use the grid that was already there. So pretty much underneath those photos of my father-in-law, I just kind of eyeballed it and then matched it up to all of the rows that had different patterns on it, and somehow I would zoom in and I would literally color in the right color each square. So I think I did maybe 20 stitches across, but that was probably the most time-consuming thing that I did at the start. That itself probably took me 3 weeks to figure out. Once I did that, I was like, all right, I think I'm starting this thing. And then I went and got the yarn. These are the colors that I went for. They're all merino wool, and they're all 8-ply, so it's gonna be very warm. It's not super soft, and it's, it's relatively one of the cheaper options. And so that being said, we've got the pattern, we have the yarn, we have the needles. Let's get started. Let's go.
You don't realize how awkward it is filming outside until you do it. For some reason, I've decided to sit right near some sort of creek thing, and there's just mosquitoes. Not too bad though. Not too bad. I just wanted to come outside, be in the nature, I brought a tea from home, but I've got my yarn. The plan for this afternoon is to cast on, I think it's 324, I have to double check, onto my 3.5mm circular needles. So let's go for it. Okie dokie. Okay, so I think it's been a little bit over a week since I last filmed, and basically I've just been doing the ribbing. I use my right hand to weave the yarn through, so already kind of a slow way of doing it. That's just kind of how I learned how to do it. I feel like I've also been going slow because I'm really scared of making a mistake. I don't know if I've already mentioned that, but I'm really scared of making mistakes because I can probably learn how to go back and fix them, but it's just so much harder fixing mistakes with knitting than it is in crochet. So, I've just been taking my time, and I can honestly say that this is looking absolutely great. Camera is doing its thing. I've chosen to do rib stitch 2x2. I have done 1x1 before. I just didn't really like the way that it looked compared to 2x2. So it's 2 knit and 2 purl. As far as I can see, I have not made any mistakes. Touch wood. Where's wood? We don't own wooden furniture. We have moisture problems. Okay, whatever. I'm not superstitious. Why I wanted to pick up the camera today is because I think that today I can actually start doing the color work, which is so exciting. So pumped for this. The bottom ribbing took a little bit less than 1 skein. I think I'm gonna do like 1 or 2 more rows, and then I can switch to my bigger needles and start the color work. It takes me about half an hour to do 1 row. That is actually insane. Technically, I have 3 straight months to finish it. Cool. Let's go. Alistair. He's just honestly not bothered. It's too hot. Good boy.
Every single month like this. Like, it almost feels like things have to go up from here. When like, part of this is a lifestyle change, but I also just think like my sheer workload.
I have said in previous videos that I actually don't get hand pain, joint pain when I knit and crochet, which is true. But do you know what I do get? Really bad eye strain. Like really, really bad, to the point where it will give me a decently bad headache. I feel like my eyes are crossed or something for so long. My eyes just hurt so much. Besides taking breaks, if you have any recommendations on that, that's probably the only thing that I struggle with. I think this is a great length, right? So I'm about to change my my needles to a 4.5mm. It actually starts with that zigzag. I'll pop that picture up on screen as well. The amount of stitches that I need for each design, I'm gonna have to increase and decrease. So 324 stitches are for that big yellow one, and then as I go up, I have to add 1 so that I can do the next purple design. And then going up, I need to -6. So I have 324 stitches on my needles right now. I have to -4 stitches in order for there to be enough stitches to get exactly the right amount on that zigzag stitch, which means then for the next part, I need to add those 4 stitches back. I just don't know if that's going to make any sort of wave happen. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna try to do all of the decreases near the start of the row. That is my plan. I think that we should just go for it. Let's go. And this is the first time that I am kind of seeing the size of the ribbing, like the size of the bottom of the jumper. It's enormous. I don't know if you can, that might not look big to you. This is not even it fully, what's it called? Like, it's still tight right now. Look how much extra room there is. It might not actually, it might turn out to be quite a nice size. Like, just seeing it for the first time, stretched out like this, I mean, I'm happy, I'm glad. I would definitely rather it be a really nice oversized fit. But yeah, I didn't really know what to expect. Let's keep going. I've started. Because I made up my own colorwork pattern, I really should have done a test. I don't know if the way that I've done this zigzag is going to match up and actually look like cohesive lines. I hope they do. But, you know, I'll do what I can. Okay, now I'm gonna take a quick second to talk about today's sponsor, Hooks and Needles. If you love knitting or crocheting, you have to check out the Hooks and Needles subscription box. This is a monthly craft, crochet, or knitting box that comes with everything you need to start creating. This month, I received the knitting box set. Inside every craft box comes 2 to 3 skeins of premium quality yarn, unique projects, expert tips with pictures and video tutorials, high quality tools, and a surprise mystery gift. This month, my gift were these beautiful scissors. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned fibre artist, it's the perfect little package to spark creativity through yarn. Use my discount code, Tanisha20, at checkout to receive a 20% discount on your very first Hooks and Needles craft box. Thank you, Hooks and Needles, for sponsoring this section of the video. Let's get back to it. Hello! Okay, long time no see. My hair's doing a thing today. I feel like my fringe grows out so quickly and then it does this like thing. I don't really have a lot of time because I'm leaving in like, I don't know, maybe like 10 minutes or something. I wanted to update you on the sweater and how it's going. I think it's been like a week. It is like the 6th of March. Here's the progress of my sweater, okay? Stretched out somewhat. I am starting to do that very prominent, the big yellow X's, right? With the red stripes in the middle. Just starting to do that now. So a part of me is like, oh wow, this is actually working up really quickly. But then another part of me is like, well, like, just for context, I'm a really slow knitter. Like, for just probably over 2 weeks worth of work. And like, and I can honestly say that most days I have been doing at least 2 to 3 hours on this. Considering one row takes me, now that I'm doing all the color work, takes me like an hour and a half. I really don't know if that's even much progress. Like, I feel like I've seen people who knit super fast and that they'd be like more than halfway done in like 2 weeks, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna try to not let that bring me down because I know that I have made a decent amount of progress. I've kind of worked out that once I get to the end of that X part, the yellow X with the red stripe in the middle, that'll be kind of like a quarter of the way done, going up. So far, so good. There has been one very annoying thing that's happened though. If you know what's happening, please let me know. Obviously, by the time this video is out, hopefully, my jumper will be done. So I probably can't go back and fix it. But if you look up that row where that first stitch is, this is what it is doing, okay? So where my middle finger is, right up the middle there, the stitches are not like meeting up properly. One row is like dropped below. It's more like I'm working it in a spiral. And I don't know what I've done for that to happen because that's clearly what is happening. Oh, there's a kookaburra outside. That can kind of just be like the armpit area, just here, so that like it's not as noticeable. But I'm definitely not going to leave it like that. Another thing that I've decided to do is, just because of spacing, I think in my original pattern, basically between the chunks of different patterns, I was going to do 3 rows of this blue here and then like 3 rows here. But I've decided to do 4 rows just because I feel like that looks a little bit more evenly spaced and true to the original picture. Yeah, shouldn't have done that. Oh well, that is my update. I'll see you soon. Guys, I figured it out. Oh, I bet some of you were yelling at me through the screen because I just couldn't figure it out. It was as if I thought I was knitting in a spiral, which literally just looked up. Knitting in the round is knitting in a spiral, which I didn't know. Apparently it's knitting in a spiral. And so the thing that is happening to my lovely little jumper is called jogging. Why didn't I look this up?
The whole time!
When I saw those first few rows. I really don't know why I didn't look it up before. Sadly, from what I've looked up, I don't think I can fix the first, you know, all of that jogging that's happened in my jumper so far. But good news is I found out how I can avoid doing that, apparently, from now on. So I looked up a few tutorials. There wasn't really any good tutorials. I will link the one that I found most helpful in the description box, because if you're gonna do color work in the round, it's very important. But basically the technique is to take on the very first stitch of the new round, you have to take the previous stitch below and like pull it up and then knit it together, and that kind of just like straightens them up a little bit, you know? It'll help it look a lot more straight. Hopefully that will fix that problem. And I'm only this far into it anyway. Look how beautiful this yellow pattern is turning out. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Isn't that so beautiful? By the way, I love this red color. It's like candy apple red or something. It's so nice. So remember how I was saying that the zigzag, I was saying, oh, it's not very like prominent. It's kind of like, it's there, but it's not very empty. I don't know the word to describe it. Like, it's spaced out, you know, it's not thick. I was looking at this jumper that he was wearing the other day, and it had this exact spacing of zigzag on it, but it was 2 rows thick. And I was thinking, oh, should I have made it like that? But then I'm thinking, do I even try to fix that? Like, the only way that I'm thinking that I could fix it is with duplicate stitch. By the way, I've never done duplicate stitch, so like, I might just be talking a load of crap, but I did in fact fix it with duplicate stitch, and it turned out very nice. So don't you worry. I don't know, I'm just gonna leave it for now. And then maybe before I get up to that pattern again, like way up the top, I will rethink it, and maybe I can trial some duplicate stitch, see how it looks. But then I'm wondering if it'll be too thick, you know? But yeah, I think I'll definitely trial out some duplicate stitch. For now, I'm doing this lovely yellow part, which is very time consuming, but surprisingly, it's turning out to be very good, I think. That was a long spiel. I'm very sorry. I just got excited because I feel like I think I can fix that whole jogging situation. 2.5 months left to finish this completely. But in my head, I'm just like, I don't think that's enough time. I don't think it is. Cool. Let's continue. In other news, would you like to hear my Kelly Clarkson impersonation? Just as on vacation. Cringe, I know. Hi, I literally cannot remember the last time I filmed. I'll show you what it looks like at the moment. Looking pretty good. I don't think I really got much more done since the last time I showed you. This is what it is looking like at the moment. Oh man, it looks so cool on camera. It's not fully spread out, obviously. This is kind of like what it'll end up looking like. And I mean, I haven't really compared it to the original picture. I think that the overall design is coming out a lot smaller than the original, but you know, I don't mind it. I'm actually extremely happy. It looks really small, but it's just because it's all gathered. This is like 3 weeks worth of work, which is actually crazy. But you know, the main reason I'm filming today is I can't work on it anymore because I have reached the end of the 3rd ball of yarn. So roughly, I figured that the ribbing took 1 ball and then like another ball here, another ball. It's basically like 1 skein of a 50 gram for each chunk of pattern. I cannot work on this until I get new yarn. Let's just say that I need a lot for the rest of this pattern. So I went online and I searched all over, and I was freaking out because I knew that it wouldn't be in the same dye lot, but I found a place and it's in Victoria, so it's gonna have to be shipped here, but it is a Thursday today, so hopefully it'll get shipped tomorrow and I might get it sometime next week. I ordered 12 more skeins and like, I really don't know if that's too much. It was a lot cheaper to buy it online. So I called a couple of places, none of them picked up except one place. It's not the same dye lot, but it is the same, supposed to be the same color. And I told her that I'm doing color work. And so she was like, honestly, you should be just fine. I'm feeling hopeful that the color will not be a drastic change. She said it was navy blue. I don't know why it's called ink online, but it's basically navy blue. Some stores even described it as being black. And I was like, it's not black, it's navy blue. Don't scare me like that. I'm going to snap my fingers and hopefully I will have my lovely box of yarn delivered right here. Okay, let's go. Ready? We have the package and we have it 4 days later. It's come in this lovely bright pink bag. Let's open it up. Ooh. From what I can see, it looks good. Ooh, it's come in plastic packaging. Nice airtight. Ooh, yeah. Today's date is, it's the 6th of May. I wanted to get this jumper done by the 30th of May, which is my husband's birthday. Things are not looking great though. Things are really not looking great. Just because there's probably been like a whole month. Like if I were to add up all the amount of time that I haven't spent on this, it's probably been more than a month. Actually, it's probably been more like 2 months that I haven't. I've just been taking it like way too easy. And so now I have like 22, 23 days, something like that. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish it. I am not even halfway done. I absolutely love the yellow. So, not quite halfway. I think after I do this purple, like the diamond one, then it's more like it's halfway. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Hopefully I'll see you soon when I've actually got some work done. And honestly, if I get it done late, it's just gonna be like a late birthday present. And it'll still be done in time for winter, so we're still in autumn here. Bye, I'll see you soon.
You know, I was the one.
She's like half awake. Paddle, paddle, go, paddle, 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 yay! No, to the right, to the right.
More of a piece of the road. Can you put like 4x4?
Happy birthday to you.
Hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Blow it up. Alright guys, I just wanted to quickly show you, because I have exactly a week till my husband's birthday. I really doubt that I'm gonna get it done in time. Today, I've already been working on it for like a couple of hours, and I got this whole chunk done within the last couple weeks. But I wanted to see when I'm supposed to start like sectioning it off for like the armpit area. I've got this jumper laid out on the lounge here. This is a jumper that fits my husband very well. It's nice and oversized, it's like nice and long, it doesn't cut too short or whatever. And it's also, I think it's called a Kugi or Kuji, a vintage sweater thrifted a little while ago, but it was also designed in like the late 80s or like probably most likely 90s. This is the brand. I wanted to lay my sweater on top of this just to see how like I can just judge the size. I'm more than halfway done the body now. That's a pleasant surprise. It looks fantastic from far away. And also good news is I'm almost up to the part where I have to section off for the armpit, because then I leave like a big gaping hole and then I stop doing it in the round. I'm only going to be doing it flat, and then once I get to probably around this point where I get to the V-neck, then it becomes two separate parts. But I'll explain that when I get to it. I'm so excited. It's actually looking so good. I'm not entirely happy with how this pattern turned out, because the circle seems to be, well, it's actually meant to be more of a diamond, but it kind of looks like it's incomplete. Maybe I should have made it like pointy, and I think I should have made this a little bit longer. I love this yellow part. That's just like, it really stands out to me. I'm gonna continue on. Say hi. Oh, he's not saying hi. Hello. It is currently 5 days till my husband's birthday. I'm up to like the armpit area, so I need to actually take it off the needles and put it on a big piece of yarn, and I wanted to kind of try it on, you know, see. I feel like it's really big. I feel like the ribbing is like really big. I don't know, I might have to take it in if it's, I don't mind if the rest of the jumper is like really oversized, but if the ribbing is kind of loose, then it's not the best look. But I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to be taking it that much in, because then, judging from the photos, it's quite wide on the side, and it kind of looks like it kind of actually looks like it goes like this. And so I don't think I should be taking it in too much, really. I've been making a few mistakes. I made a mistake on this one. This pattern here used to look like this. This is what I first started out with. And remember I was saying, oh, I don't like the look of that. It's like really thin. So I doubled it up here and I love how the zigzag looks now, but I did a mistake and it's only meant to be 2 rows, but I did 3 by accident. So I'm gonna have to get rid of that bottom part to make it only 2. I'm gonna have to fix quite a few things with duplicate stitch. By the way, we went to Uniqlo the other day and they sell all of these really cool colored socks. And so we got some different colors. Random, but just in case you need some colored socks. The other problem is, this is all I've got left of the yellow. Tomorrow I have a full day of work and I just kind of really wanted just to do this. And so I think I might go and buy 1 more skein of this. This is my whole thought process right now. Cool. I have secured it on some red thread. It looks enormous. If I lay it down to see how wide it is, like, it's not that much wider. So like, I'm not too worried that it's quite large. Like I said, I'm gonna be taking off a little bit on the sides now. And I think I'm definitely gonna have to take in the ribbing. Cool, no wonder it's been taking me so long. It's bloody massive. I'm gonna try it on. Okay. Not too horrible. Maybe it just looks really big when it's flat. Ah. Okay. Quite roomy. I mean, it is very big. This is my pant line, sorry. So, you know, it would be like this. I gotta remember that I made this for a man who's not like teeny tiny as well. So it's very big for me, but it might be quite nice for him. I'm just gonna go with my gut and like I said, it's way too late to change anything anyway. I'd say I'm still pretty happy with that. Cool. Let me just explain to you what I have done. The front half of the sweater is now back on the circular needles on the same size and everything because we're going to continue up. I have marked out with this little blue yarn, that is exactly where I want the middle of my sweater to be. The seam where I started is on this right side. As you can see, I've lined it up dead center in the middle of one of these yellow things. You know, this is where I want my V-neck. I'm basing everything off of these yellow things. I basically sectioned off exactly 30 stitches, which is about that long, on a blue thingy here. But I've based it off 2 repeats of the yellow. So I've done that on both sides. This would be like the armpit under arm area bit. And then what I've done for the back stitches is I've just tied it off. It's all with a red thread. I'm gonna leave the back and then the armpits I'm gonna leave. And I'm just going to be focusing on this front because that's where I've put the needles back in. I am going to start sectioning off for the V-neck very soon. And so you just do a right lean decrease and a left lean decrease. Very easy. I'm just going to continue on and hope that none of the stitches slip out. Hello. Oh my gosh, it's so cold. Oh, that looks so good in the camera, man. Yeah, I've done one side of this sweater and I am currently working on the other side. My plan is to finish the front and the back today. And so somehow I can finish the sleeves. It just took me almost over 2 hours to book a hotel room. I made reservations for dinner. All of the really nice places were taken for dinner, unfortunately, even though it's like 4 days before. I don't know. I guess I didn't get in early enough. Done those 2, and then I've ordered the cake, but we're going out. I don't know if I even mentioned, we're going out this weekend, like the day after my husband's birthday. I'm taking him out. It's a surprise. I booked a place, I booked dinner, and I booked him. I've always wanted to try, well, I'm not going, but he's going. A Japanese head spa, or like I said, all of the really popular places were booked out, but I found one that looks decent, so I made a reservation for that. I'm very proud of myself. I'm usually not the best person to get that sort of stuff done, but Anyway, and then today I woke up early. My usual yarn store was closed and I was like, ah! But I had to travel all the way down. It took like literally a good 3 hours out of my day going on a train just to get more of. I got 2 more of the yellow. Luckily they had that in stock. But what they didn't have in stock here was this. This is all I've got left of the like the salmon color. And this was the closest that they had. And so like, there's definitely a difference, but what else am I to do? Oh, and I got 1 more of the purple. I probably won't need more because I've still got like half a skein, but I just got 1 just in case. I'm just going to be sitting right here knitting for the rest of the day. Can I just give myself a pat on the back? I don't want to jinx myself, but like, for someone who's absolutely horrible at math, somehow I have lined up, well, at least from what I can see so far, I've lined up all of these yellow ones pretty well compared to the photo. Also, I realized I knit something wrong. So this purple one, you know how I was like, oh yeah, it's really short. That's because me, being the dummy I am, I forgot a row in the middle. I forgot like 2 rows or something, so it's meant to be longer. I don't know how I did that. I just read it wrong. I'll see you soon. Bye. Today is my husband's birthday, which is great. I'm excited. As you may have guessed or imagined, or I have led you to believe, no, I did not get the sweater done. I don't know what I was thinking. Like I knew that I wasn't gonna get it done on time. I just kept pushing. I really tried. I will show you what I did get done. And it's actually feeling like a real piece now. It's nice and chunky. This is what I got. It looks friggin' awesome from the camera. I've done the 2 front. At the moment, I am still trying to finish the back piece, but pretty much I just need to do this purple pattern at the top and then I can section that off, you know, put them together. Look how it looks on the inside. That's crazy. I am genuinely so proud of myself and I'm so impressed, like, for not using a pattern. I made my own colorwork chart. I didn't even make the full thing. Mind you, I have made quite a few mistakes, but they are fixable, I think. I cannot wait to try it on. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be fitted at all because it seems massive. I wanted to quickly show you what I got him for his birthday because I got him a few gifts that you might not get to see. It's already wrapped up. The lovely lady wrapped it up for me, but I will insert a picture up on the screen. He's obviously a huge Beatles fan and he's always wanted a John Lennon shirt. And so that's what's in here. This one. It's part of the new collection, I think. So that's in here. My main present was obviously the jumper. His second favorite band. I'm gonna give you a few seconds to guess. You got it? Locked in? You're probably wrong. The Beach Boys. Pet Sounds. But we have a record player. It's actually broken, but we're gonna get it fixed. But if you have noticed, we have been collecting some records and now we got this one. I got him this book. I've been hearing so many people talk about it. A Spiritual Path to Higher Creativity. And so I personally haven't really read it, but I do follow a lot of people on Instagram and on YouTube who consistently like refer back to this book and like how it helps them with their creativity. And my husband is very much into music and he would love to write and release his own songs someday. And I don't know, I just thought maybe he would appreciate this sort of thing. And then lastly, this one might be a little bit random, but it's actually so heavy. I got him a yoga mat. He's not super into yoga, but he has been getting more into fitness and yoga and stuff, and so I wanted to encourage that, and I'm sure that he'll really appreciate this. I did save for a little while to be able to buy these things and to be able to afford it, but it turned out good. I am gonna go and catch a train, knit on the train, and then have a lovely little birthday dinner. And then I will get back to you and finally finish the rest of this sweater. Enjoy the next few minutes of randomness, but I will see you soon to finish this sweater.
Can I tell you what was your sign?
balloons. We're back now. It is the 2nd of June, but I have some fantastic news. I have joined the top with mattress stitch. I think I might work on the V-neck today. Oh, it looks so good. Am I just going crazy? I don't know. I have not tried it on. Let me go and do that for you. This is how it's looking right now. I'll give you a little spin. Little spinny spin. You know how I said that I thought I made it like too massive? I think it is still on the big side, obviously. Like, this is it completely fitted. But I think that for my husband, it will be really nice and comfy. Okay, this lighting demonstrates perfectly that you can see all these bumps, right? I'm definitely gonna have to block this. But I'm very pleasantly surprised that all of my things are lining up, especially the yellow, which is more, it kind of needs to line up. This is the back. Do they line up? I cannot tell, but I'm so happy. Yeah, I guess better late than never. Yes, okay. Okay, bye. So I basically attempted to do the right sleeve and I was like, I'll just do like a typical cylinder, and it's just not working out. Like, I already took the needles off because I'm gonna frog it. I got up to this color part here. It's too big. It's way too big. So I'm gonna frog that. And then I was like, oh, let me have another crack at it, right? I'm gonna have another crack at it. I went on the left sleeve and I kind of did short rows. I think that's what it's called. It worked out okay, but it's still too much material. It's still too bunchy. Also, I am kicking myself at the fact that I was okay with getting a different color for the salmon because it is so noticeable right here. And so, since I'm not trying to get this done in a rush anymore, I'm just gonna wait a couple of days and get this very same brand, same color salmon that I started with, and I'm gonna do the sleeves. Well, I'm gonna do this part of the sleeves in the right color. Anyway, all that to say, I'm gonna frog this sleeve as well, even though it took me forever. I have decided to do the sleeves from the cuffs up, and I'll be doing them, hopefully, if I can figure it out, I'll be doing them on one needle, on one like circular needle together, so that I know that they're both the exact same width and the exact same length. This is just such a stressful project because I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I'm loving how it's turning out. Oh, I don't even know if I've shown you. I've completed the V-neck, which I think turned out really nice. But yeah, I made a mistake of leaving one single yellow stitch here, and silly me, I needed 2 stitches for this design of V-neck, but even if I were to leave 2, it's so noticeable. This one little stupid yellow stitch is so noticeable. So now I'm gonna have to go and cover that up. Anyway, that's my little update on this. I'll see you when I start the sleeves. I literally look like I have a filter on. I did about 3 hours worth of knitting yesterday. I actually didn't end up showing you or filming any of it. As far as I know, it is turning out very good. I'll probably show you tomorrow morning or something when I start working on it a little bit more. I'm all dolled up because we have a gig tonight, and I thought I could bring you along. Yeah, but otherwise I'll see you tomorrow probably, or whenever I'm filming next. My God, it's just been so chaotic recently. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought I could sit down for a second and like catch you up with what's been going on. I have started the sleeves. I'm pretty sure I might have made the actual ribbing part a tiny bit too small. You know, so many things have happened. I had my sister-in-law's baby shower, another baby shower, and that was fun. It's just been really busy with like gigs and stuff, you know. Oh, some quite big news actually. I have quit one of my jobs, and so I can focus on this technically a little bit more and focus on my other jobs a bit more, and that is great news. And most importantly, I won't have to work on weekends anymore unless it's like to do with music gigs. But I'm really excited for that. I'm so excited to be able to sleep in on the weekends. Oh, in other news, I think it's a bit coincidental that I bought my husband a Beach Boys album and Brian Wilson passed away like 2 weeks ago or something. Oh, I was so sad. I had no idea. And then my husband sent me a post and he was like, oh, Brian passed away. And I was genuinely so sad. I went down this deep rabbit hole of like watching all these videos and looking up photos of him and stuff. And if you don't know, Brian Wilson is like the main guy of the Beach Boys. Yeah, I was very sad, but also I think his wife passed away last year. And so it was kind of like, everybody was just kind of waiting for it to happen because she was really like important to him and supporting him. And I think he suffered, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he suffered from like really bad schizophrenia because of like drug use in like the 60s and 70s really stuffed up his brain. So in a way I was like, well, at least he's at rest and he doesn't have to deal with that anymore, and you know, he's at peace. He seemed like a really nice, genuine guy, and it did really upset me. I've just come to the realization that like everybody, all of these artists and actors and people that we look up to who are like quite old now, they're all just gonna like pass away. And it's the day that Paul McCartney passes away. I think he just had a birthday actually. He's like 83, 84. The day that he passes away, I don't even know what I'm gonna do. Like, it's truly going to be a sad day. Anyway, a little bit off topic. I just wanted to mention that because it was kind of significant within the last couple weeks. Yeah, I'm gonna do some more knitting for like an hour and a half. I'm gonna continue on this. Yep, goodbye, goodbye.
To the original inspiration. A couple of other things that I wanted to make sure to...
I'm finally finished all of the patterns on the sleeves. Look how long they are. So I've knit this flat, and from now on I'm going to be making decreases, kind of like a diamond shape, and then goes up. I have to decrease by 4 stitches every single knit row. I'm going to give it a go, you know. Alistair, come back here. Come. What have you got? He knows he's not meant to pick up stuff. Alistair, what have you got? What have you got? Ah, you're trying to be nice to me now. You were naughty before. I left him in the lounge room all by himself because he likes to sit in front of the heater. And his bed is not here at the moment, and so I left to go cook dinner. I come back and he is laying on the lounge. So he's laying up here on the lounge. And that's a big no-no, especially because he's a stinky boy. And so I got a little bit mad with him. I'm sorry, Alistair. Okay, bye. So excited. This is probably only about 30 rows-ish, and it's so much blue, and I just decreased a whole lot. It technically should fit on this section nicely. It's the perfect length, I think. So I'm gonna be using mattress stitch. I always do that when I'm connecting. I left all of these stitches at the bottom here that are like directly under the armpit area. I don't really know what part of the sleeve that is supposed to connect to. Gonna get started on that, and then hopefully I can get that all connected today, and then I can finish fixing all the mistakes and then block it, and it's done.
This is the first I did do. I'm gonna get that fabric ready for washing, so hopefully it's dry by tomorrow. And then I say in the next video, but in case you haven't seen it, you just wrap yourself up. Good. I'm feeling very proud about that. Good stuff. Also, you like when I put the little hand, lock that away. Let's remember that we might want to do little hip ornaments on another dress with some nice. Too close. And also, if you haven't watched my summer wish video, go watch that one after this. Look at me promoting myself. I thought it would be good to read
This one again. Gotta do it again. Before, after. This is like that middle seam where I, in the round, every time I switched colors, it's here, and it's kind of like jumped, you know? That's jumped. This is, so like it's obviously, yeah, it's all kind of like uneven, and some colors are blending into the others. And so I'm just planning on doing the duplicate stitch as best as I can here to kind of like maybe cover up some stitches that crossed over by accident or that bled into other colors. And then once that's done, I'm just going to tie in all the ends, and then I can block it. Listen to the wind blow down, comes the night. Like the dawn is breaking, it's early morning. I cannot believe I actually did this all in one sitting, but it took me a little over 3 hours, I think. So that's everything. Don't worry, I'm not going to throw it out. I've got like a bag full of scraps. It's good for stuffing and whatnot. I'm planning on blocking it tonight and then just leaving it to dry for the next couple of days. So this is it, inside out. I just wanted to show my handiwork. I'm in my bathroom and I'm about to block it. So, but I'm gonna try it on first. Here it is. Tried to match this up as good as I could. Let's block it and hope that it doesn't ruin it. I also fixed this so that there's no yellow stitch. And the side looks pretty good. Alright, let's go. Oh, that's a bit terrifying, isn't it? I'm worried that the water's gonna turn very dark, actually. Okay, then apparently I've got to leave it for about 20 minutes. 6 months dumped into the tub. Okay, put on the timer. I cannot believe how heavy this thing is. And it's so stretchy. Craziness. This is how I'm going to leave it. Flattened it out as much as I can, and I kind of lengthened the sleeves a little bit by pulling them, but it's just gonna sit here.
What?
Do you know who that is?
That's me.
Yeah.
My dad.
Yeah,
How'd you make that?
I figured it out.
That's me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you like it?
Yes.
Go, give us a 12. 12. It's big enough?
It's pretty big, yeah. Should wear a collared shirt there, I think.
Hello. She's done. I gifted it to my husband. Took forever to dry. I'm gonna be honest, I actually sat there with the hairdryer for a little bit. I actually cannot believe how well the blocking turned out. Like, if you remember how it used to look before, it was really, really bumpy. Now, it just flows so nicely. It's nowhere near as bumpy. All the stitches look so good. The only thing, because I added all those extra rows of the blue that are like in between all of the patterns, in my head I was like, that's gonna make it too long because if you look at the picture, it's actually not meant to end on this purple design. It's meant to do one more of these like zigzag ones up here. But I thought it would be too long. It's too late now. I kind of wish that I went with my gut and did do that last zigzag up here, because then the problem with this is that it's long enough, but it's not. If he lifts his arms up, it'll come up a little bit. And why I haven't finished this video yet is because I need to fix something yet again. I don't know if you could see that the ribbing at the bottom, it just doesn't go in at all. It doesn't cinch at all. It's just like straight down. And when he wears it, I will admit it does kind of look more feminine, you know, like when it's really flowing like that. So I'm gonna attempt to fix that without having to completely redo all of that ribbing, because I did such a nice job. I don't really feel like reblocking it would fix it either, because even before it was blocked, I guess it was more cinched, but still kind of loose. So I bought a combination of things that I'm gonna try to do today. I think it's called shirring thread, or just like elastic thread. You can just use a crochet hook and kind of like weave it in and cinch it in. If that doesn't work, I might have to use, I bought just normal thin elastic and I'll put it on the underside of it. Maybe I'll just quickly try it on for you guys so that you can see how the ribbing looks, and then I'll try to fix it. Turtleneck comes down nicely. As you can see, the sleeves are actually a lot longer than before, but that's good. And also the ribbing was definitely not as tight as I thought it would be, because I kind of stretched it out when it was being blocked, but it is perfect. It's just the ribbing, can you see that? It's just super loose. Okay, now I'm gonna try to fix this, and then we'll be done.
All time is Napoleon Dynamite. That film had a huge impact on me, and straight up, I feel like I'd be a different guy if I didn't see that movie in my formative years.
So the elastic thread method did not work. It just ended up looking really weird, and so I did three things. One, I curled up into a ball and just cried and cried and cried, which is why I didn't end up filming what I actually ended up doing. I tried to like extend the ribbing by threading my knitting needles back in and then trying to like extend it, but that was just like taking way too long. And the whole idea of that was I wanted a little bit extra length so that I could put the elastic on the underside and then fold it over, and so it's kind of like encased on the underside. But I got so frustrated and I was just like, stuff it, and I just bit the bullet and decided to machine sew the elastic on the underside of the ribbing part. This made like a really yucky seam, and so I had to kind of like stitch the ends over that to hide that seam, but it turned out okay. It turned out okay. It turned out fine. All good. So finally onto the reveal. Da, 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 da. She's done and she's looking fabulous. My gosh, my husband absolutely loves it. Today is literally the first day of spring. Today is the first day of spring. Fun fact, this video has taken me so long to edit, so this has actually been a finished piece for probably well over a month now. So he has worn it quite a few times, and so, you know, it's not like he's only just going to start wearing it now when it's getting hotter. So that's good. Well, my whole intention of making this is just for it to be like a special piece for him to hold on to. And, you know, it's, I would say that he has a very good relationship with his family. He's got a lovely little family, and they moved to Australia from India well over 20 years ago now, and you know, they've established themselves well and they've made such a nice life for themselves, and I'm just genuinely so happy to be a part of their story. And if I keep on talking about them, I'm going to cry because I love them so much, and they are family, they are my family, and they've taken me in like a daughter, and I'm just so grateful. I will forever be grateful for them accepting me into their family and loving me, accepting me for who I am. I'm very proud of where they came from and what they've built, and the person that they raised, that I married. Very grateful, very lucky, and you know, that's one of the reasons why I felt so compelled to make this piece, is like it's part of their history and it's part of my husband's history. Like, fun fact, it was actually almost exactly 30 years ago that that picture was taken. When you stop and think about it, it's actually a good chunk of time. 30 years, and what they've achieved in those 30 years is like amazing, and it's unbelievable, and I'm just so grateful to have them in my life. Well, you know, that's what this piece, that's how I tie this piece into that anyway. That's what it represents for me, and it just makes it so much more special for me to have that, to have recreated it. I can see the love within that photo. I can see the happiness and like the smiles on their faces, and it just makes me happy, you know. I did not want to cry today. Anyway, it's done and it is beautiful, and I will forever cherish it. I'm sure my husband will forever cherish it, and not too small, which is good. I wanted to show you a close-up of what I ended up doing. So I don't know if you can see that, but this is the side that I had to sew down because there was this really nasty line from the sewing machine. This line here would have been the edge. So I had to sew that down in order for it to, you know, somewhat have like there is still slightly a bump there, but it's much better and there's a stretch to it. Other than that, there's honestly no major issues. Probably my most favorite thing that I've ever made. I'm very proud of it. This video took me so long to make that half the time I couldn't even remember when I recorded last. I really cannot remember what I showed you last. I literally cannot remember the last time I filmed. I honestly don't know the last time I checked in with you. I can't remember the last time I filmed for this. I cannot remember the last time I filmed. I actually don't even know what I showed you last time. But yeah, that's that. This is probably the longest video I've ever made. I don't know if you like that sort of thing or not. Just let me know down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know how you like it. If you don't like it, whatever. I don't know. I'm honestly just so happy that you're here, and thank you so much for sticking around and clicking on the video, and yeah, it means so much to me. Thank you so much. And also thank you so much for sticking around while I had like somewhat of a break. It's just, yeah, a lot of stuff has been going on. I hope you have a lovely day or night wherever you are in this world, and I'll see you in my next video.